Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music. Audiobrewers is back with a new Kontakt sample library. It's called Peace, a unique bowed instrument similar to a cello, constructed from a weapon of war, constructed from the shell of a, bomb casing. Well, it's got a unique sound, and it's got some very special Kontakt programming, adaptive polyphonic legato, a generous library, lots of articulations. I'm very excited by it. Can I make music with it? That's always my question. Let's take a look at Audiobrewer's Peace. Well, somehow a cello-like instrument was made from an empty missile shell. Here you can see a picture of the recording session, and they've captured it from a number of perspectives, including sort of a general one, a mic in the helmet that caps the top of the thing, and those mixes are included in the instrument. It's an enormously generous instrument with like kind of every articulation that you expect from a string library, including legatos, sustains, various kinds of shorts, plucks, spiccatos, saltandos, various types of Bartok pitch. Well, all these articulations are included. And as a result, it downloads kind of big, several gigabytes. I forget how many gigabytes, but several. I'm just scrolling through the page here, and please visit the page. And please visit Audiobrewers for a very complete rundown of every sound and the mechanics behind the adaptive polyphonic legato. It's really kind of beyond me. And honestly, they're doing a couple of things that are beyond me, these guys, but the beyond is the beyond, and that's the place to be in music, in a way, right? Well, visit their site, as I said. I'm going to quit out of this. And this is the front end for the Legato Core patch. And this is the typical thing, the sort of engine that Audiobrewers frequently uses. We have a Kontakt patch that contains a bunch of different possible articulations. They can be stacked, but generally I'm going to use them one at a time here. Now, what's adaptive polyphonic expression? What's great about it? Well, a simple legato patch will smoothly move between notes. But what's terrific about the adaptive component is that depending on how fast I strike the second key, the transverse time, the time it takes to get from one note to the other, will be faster or slower. Now, it's polyphonic, which means I play two notes down here, and I can still get legato in the other voice. That's just mind-bending, and it's terrifically expressive. Let's listen to the first piece that I composed, and it uses two separate articulations, two separate core patches. There's the core legato patch up here. You can see the notes for the melody here. And then just a giant sort of sound design core, the ripple patch. All these patches are beautiful in their own way. And so I get the chords and I get the melody. Well, it's an epic sound, very full, only 2 tracks. I'm so impressed. Now, it goes without saying that I'm using tons of CC control. And all in all, the net result is a vibrant, lively sound. Now, the sound of the instrument is not the sound of a cello. It reminds me of if it wasn't for the wide vibrato on some of the tones, and there are non-vibrato sustains, it would remind me of like an early music articulation, like the viola da gamba or something like that. It's a bright forward sound with a lot of grit to it. I think it would be just thrilling for a lot of applications. Well, let's go on. Now, you don't have to use the adaptive legato, polyphonic legato. There's just normal sustains like you'd find. And you can hear a little bit of articulation there. And we could just as easily switch to flats or sordino. The sordino is gorgeous. Listen to the sordino sound. Sordino means with a mute. And the couple of wacky things like upside down bow, the wood. Or way up here, harmonics. You can hear a very resonant sound. And the resonant sound might be very interesting for us if we used the, say, helmet mix instead of the overall mix. I love this engine where you can have different channels, have different effects. I've talked about it a lot. I won't talk about it in this review, but there's something about Audiobrewers' engine and the way they handle effects. It's quite unique and really powerful. Well, let's listen to my sustains core piece. And you can see in the piece, and we'll show you this way, that I've actually used key switches to change my patches as I go. Here, my initial key switch is there. Play a few notes, switch for just this note, switch back, and you can see I've got several key switches up here. All right, let's run it. Okay, key switch to initialize things. That tone reminds me of, say, one of those medieval instruments, a hurdy-gurdy, or perhaps a key harp. I have a couple more to play, and I've used the shorts patch here to, I think, a kind of great effect because these shorts are just so beautifully recorded. Each of them has their own character, simple pizzicato sound. As well as sort of the bowed shorts. Very responsive to velocity. Col Legno is bouncing with wood. And then saltando is a quick bouncing bow action. You're basically bouncing the bow off the strings. Spiccato sul ponticello. Spiccato is quick like this, and on the bridge, sul ponticello. And then we have a spiccato con sordino. Nice sound. Mutes with the spiccato sound. Well, I've just played an active little piece. Key switching changes as I go along. Regular pizzicato. A little change. With the mutes. Spiccato. That's so beautiful. That's the Bartók pizz. bass on that. This is such a generous library. It's on sale right now. It's like 69 euros. It's going to be more than that when it comes off sale. I think I'm remembering that number right. You'll have to check. Well, let's go on. Listen. So in addition to the sound design patches, there are special sustains. And special sustains are kind of like gestural sustains, right? For instance, a typical arc, that is to say, rising and then falling, really useful for pulsing chords like. And then the short version of same, sforzando, is forcing. It's a. We have crescendo and decrescendo, or diminuendo is actually the word that I prefer. And then a crescendo on the bridge, a diminuendo or decrescendo on the bridge. A crescendo to sul ponticello is great. Listen to this tone. Right, when you get to the bridge, so much fun. I have to say, the marcato is terrific. And then some free dynamics. Well, there's a beautiful set of detuned things for those Johnny Greenwood effects. Here we go. Penderecki, here we come. Super fun. So I've done a piece using some of these, and I sort of like just go from one to the other, key switching again as I go. Detuned, obviously. And then just some short arcs. Now, I recorded all those with very little effects, not much reverb, not much delay. There's terrific effects actually built into the library itself, and plenty of control in the mixers. I'm working on music from Cyrano de Bergerac, of the Rostand play right now. This sound is going to be beautiful for that show. Very much looking forward to it. Gee, I hope this has been useful. This is a unique and articulate library that has some very special programming that sets it apart from its competition at a great price point. Super generous in terms of the number of sort of just basic sounds you can get out of it. I think that it's going to take effects and processing very, very well. There's tons of dynamic range, plenty of highs, lots of thump in the sounds. I haven't sculpted it too much here because I want to present the basic sounds. Now, if you want to hear all the basic sounds, head over to Audiobrewer's site or their YouTube channel, which is terrific, and watch the lengthy and very generous demo video and maybe a little discussion about their effects and mixer engine as well. It's again, I would say unique. It's not like you're just like getting a Spitfire library or just using your Kontakt factory library. There's stuff going on here under the hood that sets it apart, and because of that, it's expressive and fun and dynamic. Well, you've heard me go on about this before, so I'll stop now. Like and subscribe to the channel. Please do. I'm interested in what's going on with you guys right now. And so let me know what's happening. I'm getting some great comments both on the small shorts about piano playing and piano music that I'm doing. I like to do reviews now and then, especially when I get very excited about a library. But mostly what we're talking about here is music theory, how to taking the ideas that underlie the sort of musical gestures and language that is part of like all of our legacy, take it in and use it in a way that is functional for us. This isn't an academic pursuit. This is a useful pursuit, and I hope this has been useful. I'll see you next time.